can go if you want.
Ready?
Yep.
Everybody stand for the pledge, please. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening.
Okay, May 12th, 2026, Farmland Town Council meeting. Public participation guidelines to ensure the orderly and productive meetings of the town board observe the following procedures. Identification. Please approach the podium and state your name for the record before addressing the board. Agenda presentations. Scheduled presentators are allowed 15 minutes for uninterrupted time following the presentation. The board will conduct a question and answer section. Public comment on agenda items. Community members may speak for or against a presentation for up to 3 minutes. The presenter may then have 5 minutes for final rebuttal or clarification. General citizens' comments. A dedicated floor for general comments is held at the end of the meeting. Each speaker is allotted 3 minutes. Have you guys had read the April 1st and April 20th special meeting?
I have. Having read them, I make a recommendation we accept them as presented.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Bank reconciliation for March 2026.
Having gone over those, I've reviewed them, signed off on it.
I'll accept them. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Payroll allowance docket for the month of April 2026. Has everybody read it?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All in favor?
Aye.
Overtime for the month of April 2026.
Having reviewed it, I make a motion we accept it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. City building. Working on the new Indiana.gov website.
So I put a paper in your all's folder just to show you all the benefits it is. It's not costing the town anything, and we'll keep our farmland Indiana.us one attached to it for a while until that domain runs out, and then we'll just go completely over to Indiana.gov. And they're working on it right now.
GPS on town vehicles.
This has been tabled several times.
Yeah.
So what it boils down to, the cost that's in this one was for every vehicle the town owns, and I don't think you guys really want to do that. I mean, it's up to you all, but it's $21 per vehicle per month. $21 per vehicle per month.
How many vehicles you got?
That's what,
We have
Tons.
close to 18 counting all the fire department stuff. No, close to 20. 19 of them.
18 vehicles would be a cost of $4,536 annually, is what this quote says. I assume that's still good?
Yep.
Okay.
But I didn't know if you guys just wanted just town stuff, or if you wanted to include the fire department. So that's why he gave me the quote of $21 a day. I mean, $21 per vehicle. So it boils down to $252 a year per vehicle.
I think it'd be good for safety too, if a vehicle's stolen, or I think the insurance company would like it too.
They'll have to.
My question is, do we want to do all 18 of them, or
Beg pardon?
do we want to do all 18 of them and protect ourselves? How is this monitored into a website?
It's on a app.
That's all 18 needs to be done.
I'm trying to figure out in my mind what those 18 would be. I don't know that you necessarily need to put it on a lawnmower or a,
No, that's not counting the lawnmowers.
okay. So that'd be backhoes,
That's
backhoe,
backhoes.
dump trucks.
Mhm.
Does that include the fire trucks?
Fire trucks,
That includes the fire trucks, 18
Oh.
does.
all fire trucks. I don't think we should.
Would it need to be on fire truck?
I don't necessarily think we do.
Until one of them's stolen.
Yeah,
Well, true.
I mean, $4,500 a year to me to protect and secure our vehicles is a reasonable amount. I'd like to see it just go.
I think there will be an insurance discount. He hasn't answered me on that yet,
Yeah.
but he did say that that would be a good move for the town, because it also monitors everybody's driving and everything too.
Probably help automobile insurance too. I'm gonna make a motion, we go with all 18 vehicles.
I'll second it, I guess.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Money.
Quote for a projector or a smart TV for meetings.
What brought this up was Andy having meetings in here, and they would need some kind of system to show. So I'm using my TV out of my office, but I mean, it can be just as easy as that, just a TV on a cart. And so Angela quoted a projector with a screen or TV with a cart. So it's up to you guys if you even want to do that. If you don't, I mean, they could always pull my TV out of my office.
What are these meetings for?
Is it with the engineers or anything
Oh,
like that?
okay.
And then if we do any water type,
Classes. or
Classes.
anything like that. But the Alliance has asked me a few times to see about class, but we'd have to have a projector for class.
I'd like to see us maybe look around, get
Okay.
other prices. Get other prices
Okay.
than just one.
Yeah.
I mean, you can buy a smart TV pretty reasonable now.
well, yeah, and I don't know how often it'll be used.
Yeah.
So I told her just go ahead and price it, we would see.
Let's table that at this time.
Mhm.
Properties at the corner of Jackson and Main Streets. Stephanie Wood and Ann Fraze combining into one property.
Are you Stephanie? Do you want to talk to them about anything?
They just come up here.
Mhm.
Is that what you do?
Yes.
Right up on
I'm
the
new to
corner.
this, sorry.
You're in the hot seat now.
I'm in the hot seat.
Don't take
Okay.
the corner.
My name is Stephanie Wood. I'm the daughter of Ann Fraze. Right now, my mother's 90 years old, and she owns the property there at the corner of Jackson and Main Street. Right now, there's 3 properties. They're all together. One is a commercial, one is a commercial residential, and one is a residential. And we were wanting to see if we could just make them all commercial so that we could sell them to somebody, you know, just as a larger lot maybe, to get some kind of business in here.
Have you turned in the petition that you filed with the area planning so they can see what you're talking about? Do you have a copy of all that?
I have a copy of all that.
Let's see, I did
Does the
not
board
have that
a
with me, I'm
copy of
sorry.
those? They'd be able to see a little bit what she's talking about.
Okay.
Mhm.
They're all the same.
No, I don't think they are all the same.
There's so many maps on it.
I've seen some maps in there somewhere.
Go back there, Steve, just find it.
I know what
Give one to Steve.
Steve,
There's 3 separate lots, so there were 3 separate petitions, and she's asking to rezone those. So there was already a hearing before the Area Planning Commission, and there was an unfavorable recommendation, which means the board did not recommend that those be rezoned as requested. So that's what's happened to this point. But ultimately, you have the final say.
in other words, if we decide, we can have it all zoned as one.
You can decide to change it, the zoning like she requests. The Area Planning Commission did not recommend it, but you have the final say to do that, so.
What was their reasoning?
A lot of different reasons.
Huh?
A lot of reasons.
Basically, it's, we don't know what's going in there.
That was, a lot of concern was they didn't know if it was gonna be zoned commercial, what's gonna go in, there's residential next to it. I think it was a pretty close vote, but it was a,
They had to vote
unfavorable.
a second time to get it to start going through. Because originally they were tied.
so I can't remember, are you asking it for it to be zoned C?
C, I think it's
C2.
C2, I think it is. I know there was a long list of different kinds of businesses that
Yeah,
could go
there's
into
lots.
C2.
So if you rezone it to C2, then any of those businesses located in the petition could go in there.
Plus residents.
Plus, or residents, correct.
Because one of them's already C2,
Yes,
according to this map.
yes. And one is half and half.
On
Half
the back,
of
on the back of the second page is all the things that could be.
Deborah might be able to explain a little bit since she's here. If you have any questions for her. Deborah's here, the area planning director, so she was.
Yes.
I think 2 of those lots are both residential and commercial.
Mm-hmm.
One is all residential.
Yeah.
It's a little bit down at the bottom, southeast corner, but it is,
I personally would
Yeah,
want to
it's
see
all-
something in
whether
there.
it's all residential, whether it's all commercial, whether it's all manufacturing. It's going to be difficult to sell it because the next person now is even gonna see this.
Oh, I could see
They
the
can't,
sign.
they're afraid they can't
Check
get
it
in
out.
there.
It could be any of these.
That's what I ran into with buyers. I ran into it, well, you know, they don't wanna do it if it can't be rezoned to all commercial, so. We've been having a problem with that. We've had several people interested in it.
Is there anyone here, neighbors that are opposing that, or? Okay. I'd like to, I guess, like to have their input too.
I'll be glad to speak.
Okay.
Dave?
Can I speak?
Yeah, come on, you need that.
I'm Dave Luddington. I live at 501, which on your map here is the old, where the old Pure Station used to be, and then the next house, and the third lot is mine. Now, I've looked at those lots and I understand what's going on. I don't think there's anybody in this community that's more pro-business than I am, but those lots pose a lot of conditions that are just gonna be overwhelming more in that corner. The biggest problem I see is adding that much more congestion to that corner. That lot, those lots really, and I checked into it through the state several years ago, because of the curb cuts, traffic pattern, everything else, they're really only accessible off Jackson Street. Now, there is one curb cut there that went into the old Shell station.
Mm-hmm.
There used to be 2 curb cuts there, and when they poured the new sidewalks and everything,
They did well.
they really eliminated the wrong curb cut. If they would have eliminated that curb cut that's closest to the corner, because when you talk to the state, since that is 2 conjecting state highways, any additional development in there would almost cause the state to look at a 4-way stop-start traffic signal. But the traffic in that area every morning, every day, is very congested. So congestion is one issue, access is another. The other thing I guess I've always thought about, and over the years I've been involved in a lot of rezoning meetings for different customers and clients, to just have that zoned all C2. If you look at your list, it opens up such a broad array of potential businesses. Now, usually, from my experience, and I'm saying I'm not the expert, but for all the conditions I've been in, involved in helping customers with plans and getting building permits issued through the state, it's kind of the first time I've seen it where you're just looking at a blanket rezoning for commercial property. Usually there's a purpose, somebody that has already approached the buyers, sellers, and it's a known fact what they're going to put in there. Having that rezoned in a C2 opens it up to just a broad array of projects that may or may not be beneficial to either traffic flow, congestion, noise, lights, all this stuff. If it was being all rezoned to residential, which was what I was thinking about doing, then the only access to that with the setbacks is still to have the access. The city would almost have to widen the alley back there, and you'd have to have rear access off of those 3 properties if they were granted just a regular residential. The one house that's on the alley right now only has alley access. It's got a garage, so that pattern is already established.
Mm-hmm.
And it's, just to have that one narrow alley back there with at least 3 more residents is a congested area back there yourself. So in general, my biggest concern is, if they don't have an actual buyer that could propose, what they want to do to have those done, and give all the neighbors and even the town and the state a qualified proposal. I think there are probably a lot of people, and Mark Engel, we've all talked, that wouldn't be opposed to some kind of business, but it's just not knowing what that's gonna do, all the circumstances that it's gonna bring up, the congestion. I can hardly get on my driveway in the morning anyway. In fact, I put that little drive, extended that drive through the side of my garage to park the VA van when I was driving it. And when I didn't have the van in the driveway, people in line sitting there to turn, either go north on 1 or turn on 32. I was in my garage the third day I had that cut, and 2 Chevy pickup trucks just went right down there thinking it was an alley access. I stepped out and watched the first one go through, and when I stepped back in the garage, it kind of ticked me off. Here come a guy in a car, and they went on my drive. I backed through there cautiously. A Chevy pickup truck went through that 9-foot little opening there. I couldn't believe it. So that's why I've just about kept that drive packed with stuff where they can't use it as an access. So the congestion is a problem. I don't know if it's a problem for the city, but it's a problem for people who live right there. So those 3 areas are kind of my concerns. The congestion, the actual access into that property, and then what's going to go in there. Well, like I said, I looked into that. I didn't know who the owner was. I looked into it just for residential, having it rezoned all residential. So that's my concern. I'll answer any questions about that, but that's where I stand. And that was pretty much, the vote was, the first time of the vote that the planning commission was close, but then, as the president here can tell you, as the conversation went on, the vote gap became more in favor of being unfavorable. I think in all reality at this point in time, I don't think there's enough information on the table to make it worth a single vote.
Can I say something?
Is there
sorry.
anybody else that has any comments?
Do you have a prospective buyer that's requesting?
Not right now. I've had like 4 or 5 different people come and ask about it. And they're all, that's, their main concern is, okay, one's commercial, one's residential, and one's half and half. So they're kind of like iffy about it. They're like, well, what if we have a problem getting rezoned and all that kind of stuff? So then they just back away.
Oh, and we spoke about this at the meeting. I had asked her if she had contacted her realtor, because oftentimes a realtor can help locate a buyer, can help
Right.
get the zoning situated, and then the council's not buying a pig in a poke. Because
Yeah.
right now, anything on that list could go in.
That's
and
my
obviously, it's going to
concern.
make it easier for her to sell it if anything can
Yeah.
go in there. The only other thing to remember, though, is even if there's a buyer that comes in and says, okay, I'm going to put this business here, and it gets zoned to C2, that only counts for the first one. Unless you put a specific reversion clause in that, the next one,
Oh,
anything
for
in
the first
C2,
business.
yeah, anything in C2 could go in
Yeah.
there later. So
Anything but manufacturing.
anything
I
that's
understand.
anything in C2.
Right. But that list opens up the gamut.
Anything in C2 could go in there.
Right.
That's correct.
And the second buyer then becomes, like you say, almost unrestricted.
Yeah, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Sorry. Can
You can call her if she wants to.
I?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Do I need to come up there or just leave? I know before, I mean, it's been a business before.
Part of,
And, yeah, part of it was been a business before. And one used to be a house. The business that's, the business zoning's already there for that one. and the other one is from what I understand, it's a commercial and a residential, so it could go either way, is what I understand. I don't know a whole lot about this, but what mainly is having to be changed is if we want to change the residential one. Because it's under my understanding that the one that's residential and commercial can be used as commercial or residential. Is that correct? Or am I not thinking right? I don't know.
And the most restrictive zoning is what's gonna.
The property to the south was Steiner's, where the house was, and their what I want to say, their daughter was married to the guy that had the Shell station. Now the property this way, I don't know, back east, who lived there, but them two were residential one time. The one to the south and the one to the east at one time. Yes.
If you look at that map, the footprint there is where the old Shell station used to be.
I don't have a map to look
Well,
at. I'm sorry,
all
but
right.
go ahead.
At the northernmost lot, where the old Shell station used to be. As zoning was moved into the state, adopted by the state, adopted by the county, adopted by the cities many years ago, every business that was pre-existing before the zoning was grandfathered with the typical clause that once that business either was removed, sold, or we ran into the same situation with the Lumberyard and Parker. When the Lumberyard was on the residential area, but it was zoned for Lumberyard. Now, once that business was over and done with, it reverted back to residential because that was the base zoning, which is the same condition here. And that's the only reason really that one area.
Well, I think we're getting out of the point of this because
I'm
right
just
now,
trying to
sir,
explain where it is now.
nobody's trying to stop you. You talked for a lot longer than your 3 minutes.
That's fine.
If they have questions, they should be able to ask you questions. I don't have a vote, so I mean, she has 5 minutes. I think is what the.
Okay. Well, I was just, I know he was talking about the drive-in and stuff, which, from my understanding, that has to do with the state, not necessarily this, but, like I said, I'm new to this. I don't know how the zoning works, for sure. I'm just trying to do the best thing I can to sell it for my mom and do what I need to do. I mean,
So she would have an option of hiring a professional to come in and help her get this rezoned or to sell it. If you don't want to do it this way and it got denied, she would have the option of going down that road and she may be able to sell it contingent upon a zoning change. I know that happens sometimes, but this is your whatever you want to do.
That's the way we ought to go.
What's that?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Me and my mind.
If we table this or put it on down the road, and could she come back with a possible buyer that would have something that they have in mind for that that would take all those lots, they've got.
The only thing that would do is if she had a purchase agreement contingent on a zoning change, she would have to go back through the process again. It takes a little bit of time to do that. And there would be an option of a automatic reversion. We've done that in some cases on the zoning, where if there was a specific business that you thought only that business fit in, it could be zoned where as long as this is here, it would automatically revert back to residential if something else goes in. So there are a few more options, but this is up to you. If you think a business goes there, this is why you're the town board.
I can't see anybody ever building a house in there. A business, maybe. I don't know what kind, but
Steve, I think Deborah has a comment.
there's somebody out there waving their hand.
Sorry. Just, this has started a timer. You have 90 days to give an answer. That's the only thing. And if we don't get an answer within 90 days, it gets rezoned. It's as if it was a
I'd
yes.
like to see a business.
It's unfavorable, so it would not be rezoned. Because this is unfavorable
So
record.
theirs isn't, even if, okay,
If it's
then it's
unfavorable, yeah, if it's a
Sorry.
favorable recommendation, that automatically goes through.
Okay.
If it's unfavorable
yeah.
and there's no decision made, then it goes down, no change.
okay.
So
But you have 90 days, so it's not open-ended.
she'd have to start over. She'd have to start the process over again, because if there were a specific one, she would have to advertise, go back to area planning, and then
Yeah, it's
they
a
would make a
different-
recommendation and then come here. So it would start the
It's a
process
different
over again.
request, actually. I would just say, if you wanna turn it down, let her start it over. I mean, if you don't wanna do it unless you have a buyer, unless she has a buyer. The fact of, if you like the buyer and you think this is a great use for this corner, we want it to always stay that, you wouldn't wanna let someone build up a business and then say, okay, you've been great, but you can't sell it, you can't keep doing it. The idea, if you think it's great and you want it to continue, that's fine. It would be if this ever closes and is closed for more than a year, then it would revert back to what, 2 different zones on 3 different parcels? That would be confusing. You'd have to say what you wanted it to revert back to,
What a mess.
so,
It should be all one or the other,
Yeah.
honestly. But
yeah, because right now it's 5 sections. But you would never wanna limit just the next buyer, because they may own it 5 years and wanna sell it as is, exact same thing, perpetuity, but.
and you got an empty lot sitting down there now. You've got an empty lot that
Yeah.
nobody's going to buy until something gets done, one way or the
I've
other.
had probably 10 calls that may not even, they didn't even know who the buyer was. They called me and said, can this be rezoned? When I told them the process, it's just too iffy. They're not gonna buy it and then go through this process, for sure. Because it's too easy to get turned down.
Is there 3 lots down there?
Mhm.
3.
Yes.
That's what I thought. There was a lot where the station was.
Yeah.
And Steiners lived in one on Main Street.
That's to the south of it.
I
If you
don't
look
know
on your
who
map
lived in
back
there.
to
The one behind it facing.
Here's,
Yeah, I know where the other one's at, but I
Here's the
don't know
map.
who lived there.
here's the
I know
map.
where it's at.
Well, I'm just showing you. They got this partial behind where the Shell station, and then the one to the south.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I hate to restrict somebody.
Yeah, I don't want to restrict somebody from buying, putting something in there. I mean, it's kind of
When you have the
silly.
vote,
That's
you'll
all
have to
there's
have a
something
vote
there
on
looking.
each. There are
Each-
3
all
different
3 of 'em?
ones, so there's a different vote for each of the parcels.
Well, there's just 2 of them we're changing, right?
No, one of them, I think the all 3 had to be voted on.
Because one's already. C2.
One was mostly, but it wasn't completely. Is that
Oh,
right, Deborah?
okay.
Yeah, the west parcel, if you see down at the bottom, there's C2 to the west and R2, just a sliver to the east.
Yeah.
Where am
I don't know why it's done that way.
And that lot doesn't go clear out to Jackson Street? Or does it?
The west parcel has a section that is, the state property.
The state owns it, that's what I thought.
It's a state right of way.
Okay.
And that doesn't affect the east property. It goes out to,
Yeah.
to Jackson.
Yeah.
You do have 90 days to decide if you don't feel like you want to make a decision, you want to put it off till next month.
Okay.
You can do that once and still be able to vote.
And won't negatively affect her?
She have 90 days, so.
All right.
So you'd be able to
90
decide in
days from
June
today.
after you thought about it.
I'd like to table it till next month and do some more investigation on my own and look at it. 'Cause, I mean, that's being fair, I think, to everybody. This is the first I've heard of it, you know.
May I say something, please? Barbara Luddington, and I live at 501 North Main. If you are gonna table this, I will invite you to come and sit on my porch. I'm a porch sitter, and I face that corner. The amount of traffic that we have in farmland now is unreal. The semis that come on Main Street and are turning left to go down 32, or they're going north on 1. But just sitting here, I'm thinking, if the only access to this business is going to be off of Jackson Street, that's a very narrow 2-lane street. If a semi would have to come to deliver something to this business, they're gonna have to get off of Main Street onto Jackson and then turn into this business. It's just, already there is so much congestion there. Like Dave said, I think 7 vehicles passed tonight before we could pull out of our driveway to come to the meeting. So come down and sit on my porch. It's a wonderful place to sit, but you'll see how busy Main Street is. Thank you.
I make a motion, we table it till
Okay.
the June meeting.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Does this all need to go back
Huh?
to her?
You can keep it. I got it. I
Oh,
got it.
okay.
Okay.
What's my list?
Paid spring and fall property taxes, $4,798.84. This amount should go down next year by approximately $4,000.
It's because we're still paying taxes on this building,
Oh.
these 3 lots.
Okay.
I will be moving money from Old National Savings Account into Trust in the Indiana for higher interest. Example, if we had $203,000 sewage improvement fund money in our Trust Indiana account for the whole month of March, we would have made $709.94 in interest for the month. But instead, we made pennies.
So I'll be putting quite a bit of money over there, but right now I'm having challenging times with Old National trying to move the money.
Okay.
So Trust Indiana is an FDIC guaranteed,
Trust Indiana is for government,
okay, by government?
by government.
Okay, by Indiana?
Mhm.
Okay.
Todd Haney is helping with the Little League and called Joe for permission to remove the light poles. One has already fallen and he is concerned about one could fall. Joe will assist him with the electrical part.
It's the light poles down at the old ball field. And
Living down there, I am thrilled. They came in, Todd and them have redone the diamond. They're using it actively. Kids are practicing down there almost every evening. So I'm thrilled to see that renovated and revived, and anything we can do to encourage that, and kids are using it a lot, so I'm glad.
So do they have your permission to remove those poles?
I make a motion, we do.
I'll second that.
It's a
That's
safety
good deal.
concern.
All in favor?
Aye.
And it could be that maybe those used lights could be sold. I don't know.
I don't think think so. I think Joe says they're all garbage.
Oh, okay,
For old lights.
yeah.
Notice of assessment of 111 Henry Street and 103 South Main Street. Appeal deadline June 15th.
So I put it in your package, just assessment papers we got where they're changing things. You guys have the right to appeal it if you want.
I don't see any need to.
Hmm?
I don't see any need to.
They're selling it for bad.
I'm gonna make a motion, we accept what the county sends from the assessor's office.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is it all right for the library to set up for book sale on Thursday nights?
On this Thursday
On this
for,
Thursday night.
yeah, for, the garage sales around town.
Oh.
You guys already gave them permission to use the garage,
Yeah.
so they wanna know if they can set up on Thursday night.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Edit plan for 2026, 2027, and 2028.
Should be in your packet.
Mhm.
You remember you have to pass the edit plan in order to get the distribution for the edit funds. So that lists your projects that you had discussed and how much they would
Yes.
cost and how that would be spent, but that has to be adopted before you can get any of the money.
Just read this by title.
It's just if you vote to approve it, that's all you have to do. It's not an ordinance or a resolution.
Okay.
I've read it and it looks good to me, what we've been talking about, so I make a motion, we,
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Here's the one for you guys to sign.
oh, there was one in our packet. Oh, we gotta sign that.
This one needs signed.
Yes, please.
When will that be approved?
Right now.
No, I mean from the, when will we receive the funds then?
I think she said June.
Okay. We put off getting that concrete in that building. That's part of that, we need to.
Okay, Indiana Department of Natural Resources.
I sent that to Jason out, no. I had a whole, had like a million pages of something.
Is this why Deborah's here? Are you here for the DNR? No?
Depends, what do they want?
I don't know. It's the floodplain information. It's the floodplain issue is what it looks like.
So it said we need to
The-
revise our plan.
The county's working on revising the ordinance. There's a floodplain control ordinance.
Okay.
And we adopted the one a few years ago. Was that 22, Deborah?
24.
24. So we adopted their form ordinance that they wanted us to, and all of the towns adopted it as well. But the ordinance itself did not say that farmland adopted this, even though farmland adopted this. So basically, we're looking at red tape, so we have to revise it and put those specific words in there that farmland, Winchester, any of the other towns that have a floodplain in them have to specifically say that they've adopted this ordinance, even though they have. But anyway, it's red tape, but it's being taken care of.
So there's nothing we need to do.
Nothing we do. Deborah's on it.
We'll be sending the ordinance to you. We want you to repeal and replace with this one. DNR said just to be safe, because with at the time, the federal government was shut down, so DNR and FEMA couldn't talk to each other. But just to be sure, there are a few minor, just like use this word instead of this word, so they wanna just go ahead and adopt the most up to date. And 4 different agencies, I think, looked at this and didn't realize that the cities were not listed. We
So-
didn't know, we took what they gave us.
So it's not redefining any floodplains, just,
No, not at all.
okay.
It's just saying that all the cities are included and the county's included, and these are the rules for building in the floodplain.
Okay.
And these are our guidelines, and it matches.
It's
so that
bureaucratic
we
red tape.
get- So that we get
They crank
federal
out on
floodplain insurance, and we're, in good standing with the NFIP. So when you get it, thank us. Trust me.
Okay, letter from historical farmland. May 8th, 2026 to the town of Farmland. On behalf of the Board of Directors for Historical Farmland USA, I want to express our appreciation for the donation that helps sustain our programming and offers a wide range of services and support for our community. 2026 is shaping up into a great year. Thank you, Judy Cole. Police, written report for April.
You guys have it. 14 calls for service. I apologize for my voice. Trying to get over being sick. 3 juvenile calls, 2 welfare, 2 animals, and 2 requests to speak. I actually put this together last week because I thought the meeting was on Wednesday of last week because we've changed it so many times. But I sent out the 9 weed violations last Wednesday. I think is when they finally went out. And most of them have mowed. I got one that still hasn't. They've tried, but they haven't succeeded. And then the stormwater project on Church Street Persia Street, I'm sorry, is finished. It's done, and it hasn't flooded since it's been put in. So hopefully it continues. We did have a little extra expenditure on that other than the quote because they never moved the guide wire. So we ended up having to move where the manholes sit, which caused more pipe. So we had to buy 3 or 4 extra sticks of pipe to get it to where we needed it to be. Just changed the route from where the manhole was in the yard over to the alley and down the river. So it really didn't change the flow, just made it a little different angle to get it to where we needed it to go. So, but it's done.
Good.
I assume the claim's already been paid, but
Yeah, it's being paid now.
that was the extra. There's 2 claims, the original, what he quoted, and then the extra for the pipe. So,
Still is less than what the other people
that is correct.
quoted.
But so far, knock on wood, it's working.
Good.
Good.
And then community crossings.
They were supposed to do a walkthrough last week, and something happened, and they didn't show up on the project. So I don't know when they're starting. I haven't talked to our engineer yet. I'm hoping that they start after Andy's project in South Mulberry. So if not, it's going to be a bad deal because I know when Parker went through it, it cost them extra $25,000 to delay it. So we can't do that.
Nope.
So.
And then if we choose to,
Yeah, if we go, so our engineering firm now isn't going to do this for us anymore because they say they don't make enough money off of it. So if we want to continue to do the CCMG grant, we have to find another engineering firm that does it. So I know most of us, and I don't understand how they say they don't make any money because like we use them, Lynn uses them, everybody uses the same, Parker used the same engineering firm. So I mean, they would make one trip and talk to all of us at, you know, just make one trip from Ohio to come down and talk to all of us in a day. So I was hoping that Brad had found one from Lynn so we could jump on board, but I haven't been able to talk to him to find out if they were going to look for a new, who they were going to, because it makes sense to us to try to find the same one.
Yeah,
So we're still looking.
okay.
We just will need to be prepared by September 1st to submit.
For
next year.
2027's projects.
Because now they're only doing it once a year.
So West Williams, North Olive, and then the horseshoe, the U shape around the ball diamond is what they're paving this year, which is going to affect his water project on South Mulberry and Elm Street down there. So hopefully that's done before they come in and pave and fix his gutter crap down there on Walnut Street.
They're gonna take that out, right?
They're supposed to make it all look better. Any questions?
I'll make a motion, we accept his report.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor? Aye.
Next. New fire truck. A lot of us went down to FDIC. Big show down in Indianapolis, has every make, model, flavor fire truck you want to look at. Several of us went all over them. I think we're down to U.S. Fire Apparatus and Bouts is probably going to be the most economical for the town. We're going to convene a truck committee meeting here in the next couple weeks after the fair. One thing that we do want to stress that the prices will be going up because of the emission laws. All the wonderful diesel motor carriers are having to add extra, so it will be going up more substantial. I'll miss that second one since it's on your list. And then the street fair is next week. The wonderful time, Hughesman's will be coming in probably on Sunday. And then it'll be Wednesday through Saturday. Armbands, rides, for the rides, and then food and nightly entertainment. The FEMA grant, we got notification today that within the next 2 weeks it's probably going to be opened, and they're only going to have it out till I think it was the end of June. So we'll be doing some creative writing to try to get some money coming our way to help our needs. Our April training, we had 25 hours in it. Members took part in an intense search and rescue over at the training center, teaching a lot of our new guys. Very nice tactics. Our calls, first responders, we had 6 calls for service, 1 rescue call, and 3 fire. One of those fires, we sent 10 guys over to Winchester and helped on that pallet factory, and a lot of the command staff at the fire department played essential roles over there on that fire, and everybody came out good.
Now you could see the smoke from farmland
You can
from
see it
that.
from Muncie.
I see
Muncie,
it.
yeah.
Menards at
Yeah.
Muncie.
I was gonna say it was quite intense, and the funny thing about it was when they shut that windmill off, that fire died right there next to it. So that's all I got.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You've already got my report, right?
Yes.
The second thing, the lagoon improvement, just table that again. I'm still looking into a couple other things. The third, fill station for the hydrant down here to fill water, but I don't think that, if you wanna do that, it's gonna be super expensive to put those in. But you can put them in where a card would just, people could come in, just take a card and go. But I've talked to a couple of other towns, and what they've got is just a camera with a box with the paperwork in it. You just fill out your paperwork, put it back in the box and go. Or they can just, with a phone number or anything, because to pay beforehand is kind of hard if you want to come on a weekend or in the evenings or anything like that. So that ordinance, however that's wrote up, we either need to change it or just cut off the water, because that's just not gonna work. I got people wanting water, but they don't know when they're gonna come. They can't come and pay up front. They don't know how much water they're gonna get and when they're gonna be getting it. So it's either change the ordinance or we'll just do away with the water, selling water. So that's up to you guys, whatever you wanna do.
It'd be nice if it were selling it. We're giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We're not giving it away, they're stealing it.
They're stealing it. And that one contractor, I mean, I even seen him recently. They'd come in, filled, and I followed them out 9 West. They were headed for Red Key. It's just, and we billed them and billed them.
We need to file a lawsuit against them.
Yeah,
I don't know what else you do.
For that and the leak too.
yeah.
We just fixed another leak right
Did
down
you?
here that was caused by RLA.
We need to go after them. She's tried to call, we've tried to ask for supervisors, nobody ever. We need to pursue that.
Even if, say, that's 2, you know, how many people have we got stealing water? You know, we put some signs up, or I don't know, but I'm not gonna put, we've talked about a lock, I'm not putting a lock.
You can't lock it, the fire department uses it.
So we either put a camera up and put the paperwork up and change it that direction, or just do away with it. I mean, if we start selling water, Joe was telling me that what's the place in Parker City that used to sell water?
Randall's.
He said, you know, if it got out, the farmers would surely use it.
I don't know that you're gonna make money selling water, but
We don't make money on it now.
no, 'cause we're giving it away.
Yeah.
Or they're stealing it.
Well, it just needs to be the same across the board. It can't be, you know, one person has to come and pay for it and then the next person doesn't have to.
Now, if they're working in town, they get the water. We give them the water for working in town. So if they're working on our stuff,
Yeah,
they
I
need
can see
water for
that.
jitter, then they get our water.
Wouldn't be feasible to put a lock or put a fill station out there. It's just, that'd cost us more than we'd ever make.
It'd take years and years and years to pay for that.
And you put a camera out there and, you know,
At least you could see who was coming, and you could go,
go find them, I guess, but.
yeah.
We don't need to be giving water away.
Well, we're not giving any water away. People just come and took the water.
Well, I'm saying.
Yeah, I can't
Remember
remember,
that when you pay your gas bill, because that's who
Yeah.
hired them.
yeah,
Well, it's not just them. I mean, you see a back truck every morning come to farmland fill up. So are they working farmland every day? I'll say it.
I've got 3 loads wrote down from them. That's it. And then they've worked 2 days on our tanks, 2 days jetting lines, but they've got water.
I don't necessarily think it's necessary to change the ordinance. We just need to enforce it. If it takes a camera, it takes a camera.
What about after hours or weekends then? None for sale after hours or weekends, or?
Well, the camera would work then.
the camera and the paperwork
Yeah.
and get hold of me.
Well, if they just pull in there and they fill out the paperwork and we know who it is, we can bill them.
That's how most of a lot of the towns around here are doing it. They have a sheet you fill out, or make a call and fill out the sheet, you get your water, and then they send you a bill.
But I don't necessarily want to see nothing against farmers, but I don't want to see 14 farmers back there.
Yeah, in the way, and there's a fire, or, or backed up.
We're just
way
not
out.
in the business that's selling water to our citizens, and trying
Yeah,
to.
and that's another thing I was worried about. And we have a big fire, then people come rolling in to get water, and they're in the way. I don't know. You just want to table it and think about it.
Well, I think we do need to have Jason pursue the contractor that was in here. They tore up a lot.
We're still
And
fixing it.
they owe us several loads of water. She's tried to contact them, and there's no answer.
No, I got the letter back.
Got the letter back. They did finally get a contractor in there and fix the alley to the fire department. And did a good job.
I fixed the library, but I
Yeah,
had to go through
yeah,
Point Energy to get them,
yeah.
because there's a project manager for that, to fix that stuff. So, and it took it 6 months, but I finally got it done.
Have you had a conversation with them about this water? And, okay. I mean, you're back, Fire Chief, what do you think? I mean,
I don't want a bunch of farmers back here. But you
I don't think you're gonna get the farmers, I
I
don't know where
don't
that
either.
came from, but
well,
that's just my opinion.
You want the least amount of people on the fire hydrant, current
Yeah.
fire hydrant.
I mean, if you wanted to put in a station, a pump station, we
Yeah.
wouldn't put it down there.
No.
We would put it somewhere else, and I'm sure you could
No.
sell it to the
well, I
farmers,
realized
not
when
down here.
Randall, when that plant closed, they went looking. Oh, don't look here.
Yeah, even if we did put up a station, a pump station,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be down there, because
No.
that's just gonna be right in the way of the fire department, in our way, and everything, the way everyone else is
You
doing.
always got an opportunity, somebody to water hammer that main, or when they're closing that.
That, at least that one just goes directly to the tower, so.
Yeah,
I can look into the prices on the,
what type of a camera would you use? I mean,
You could put one right there in the pump.
could. I mean, you're talking more sophisticated than just a trail cam, aren't you?
yeah,
You'd have to have a motion camera.
Yeah.
You don't want to-
Motion.
you have
Well-
a camera right there, and maybe lights, and it's all
Yeah.
signs, and
And I've also mentioned, while we're down there with that water, if you're gonna put a camera there, I think it's necessary that we put an alarm system down at the water to protect,
we've got a way.
we already have alarm system here, and I think it could be tied in
Mhm.
to look at that. I think you and I had the discussion, you said the state's pushing for it too now.
Yeah, they've been pushing to have a fence around that tower since I've been here, but,
And fence around the wellheads, right? I mean, that, we need to look to protect, somebody can sabotage that pretty easy.
I can get prices on that stuff too.
Okay.
So what on the fill station thing, you just wanna wait
No fill station, I don't know.
Or cut off the water pumping, or
Bring us some prices, and I think, don't you think, guys?
Yeah.
the next one is the ordinance for mandatory inspections on sanitary laterals. Towns are going to that. When, if a house switches, gets sold out, then you have to have a lateral inspection. And some towns do it themselves, bought their own cameras and do it themselves, or they pay somebody to come in and do them. And if they don't pass, then they have to be repaired.
In other words, it'd be just like an inspection of the home when,
Union City does it, but it hasn't went over very well. But that's where one of our highest amounts of our I&I's coming from, is the laterals. But there's nothing we can do because they're not ours. I think it was in the paperwork I gave you before the meeting. You did too? Did you get my stack?
Oh, yeah, right here.
So you wanna read through that and then
yeah,
I feel like we looked at that maybe about a year ago.
yeah.
Is that right?
a couple times.
And then, do we know what the cost would be approximately to the resident? Because they have to pay it, right, each time it
Mhm.
sells.
Just the push camera is not too bad. The other ones are like $300 an hour or something like this, but just a push camera would probably be, you're gonna be less than 1,000.
But then if you have to get it fixed, right?
Yeah.
You're talking,
Because there was, I think that's the, Union City, that was the complaint, is it was costing $3,000 or $4,000 every time. But it would get rid of your I&I, so.
but I don't know, it's an awful sore, but they're on us about let's table that until I find out. Let's table that again, because I'm talking to the engineer that built the lagoons, and if I get back some good news from them, a lot of things are gonna change, so let's just table that one too. The fifth one. Yeah, the sump pump ordinance. Yeah, I think,
It's in y'all's packet.
Yeah. Will it add any cost to the mailing?
No,
Okay,
it'll just go out with the next, right
With-
with the next utility bill,
yeah.
the following utility bill.
it can't hurt,
yeah, I mean, if one goes down, we're gonna be,
yeah.
I think that'd be a real good idea to go ahead and do that.
I'll make a motion, we mail that, have them mail that with the next water bill.
I guess I get to second it. That's all I do.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The next one, you got it?
Okay, so this is the information they have on us right now. This is Ziptility, this will be a handheld. It can go on your phone, it can go on a tablet. And what it is all the yellow ones that you see is information on people. It has their account information, it have the meter number. For the guys, they don't even have to call us anymore. They could just go on here and get the information. I'll show you. I don't even know whose this is, let's see. It comes up with the person, the address, and the meter number right here. And that's what they have to use to go into their system, and if they have to turn off the meter, get a reading or anything.
Check it for a leak or anything. Well, we don't have those numbers, so if it's like a weekend or something, you know, we'd have to call Tracy just to come up here, just to get us that number alone, that we could check that house for a leak. And now we could just do it right off of our phone.
And all these pink ones are what Fleece and Vanderbrink did. It's GIS of all the meters, and see that says a water meter? And it tells you the longitude and latitude of it. So it tells you the location. And then the blue lines are the water lines that they have already, and then the sewer lines are the yellowy color lines. You can turn layers on and off if you only want to see, like, say, the water lines in town. You can turn all the other lines off.
Where's the one down?
And see the water lines. This is going to help with our inventory that we have to do as well. It'll tell us how, well, once we get the information in there, it will tell us the age of all the lines and everything. It'll tell us the age of the meters, because we'll put the date in there when they were put in. And I mean, it'll just give whatever information we feed into it, we'll have.
Yeah, we can put in what kind of line they have. You know, say someone buys that house, they don't know what kind of line they got. We'll know if it leaks middle of the night. We already know what kind of line's there. We don't have to just dig it up and find it.
It's pretty amazing. And what they're going to do, because Fleece and Brandenburg gave them only the GIS stuff, and it shows everything all on one layer. So they've got to go in and pull out. They've got to go in and pull out where there's, like, I think that's the fire hydrant. Yeah. So they'll put fire hydrants on one layer. They'll put meters on one layer. You know, it'll all be all broken out.
It'll have right where, like, winter time, you can't find a water meter lid. You know, it may be froze inside and busted, and we're out there with metal detectors and backhoes trying to find the shovels, and this will automatically, we'll just need a reader to, you know, to point it right here. But it'll say, here's where the meter lid is, or here's where the valve is to shut it down if it's buried in the snow or buried in the gravel, or, and it's simple. Everybody's going to this company right here because it's the easiest one.
It's very user friendly.
Yeah.
Even Andy can do it.
Even my dummy can do it.
So it'll help you and it helped you.
Yeah.
Both of you get good
Yeah,
out of it.
because I took our utility program and combined the meter numbers in it, sent it to them in a spreadsheet. They did this.
Wow.
So all the yellow is what they put in, and they put in the pink from Fleece and Brandenburg, but they put in all that from information I gave them from a spreadsheet. Now, right now, we don't have, we have in our system when the meters were installed, so we can go back in and add that information and give it to them, and they can put it in there.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, it is. That's really gonna help for, like, call-outs.
Yeah, call-outs is really gonna, and it's gonna help the people after we're all gone.
Yeah.
So do you have,
That is farmland there.
you said during the winter you'd need something to find that,
Yeah, a reader,
a reader?
the GPS readers.
Okay. So we'd need to get that also?
Yeah, I looked those up, and they're like $300 to $500. But it
I
would be
can't
ours.
make
if
any of
nothing.
them. Where's that?
Here's your house, Jimmy. Here's your meter number.
300 North Plum?
And on there you can zoom in. A
Oh,
lot
that's
of
Maine.
you can put a picture of where the meter is. The meter lid
How far
is.
past due is he?
And put that on there too?
Yeah.
So like when we was down there in that alley,
Is that,
that
okay, that's
last
my
fall,
garden
digging on
right
that
there.
main,
Yeah.
take a picture of it.
Yep,
That'd be
The
pretty
other
awesome.
water
Yeah.
meter
Those
up
are stored
there's
too.
Gordon's.
Yep.
Mine's up there.
So every time you fix a leak, put a
That's
picture
my
in there.
garden.
exactly.
I noticed that was in Susie's name there, Jim.
He's got shut off for non-payment.
Well, I'm gonna make a motion. We get this system. I think it's highly
They're
valuable.
gonna make you do it anyway sooner or
Yeah.
later, so sooner we get on it. And most of the towns are already on it.
Are they?
The cost of it is $2,600
Yeah.
a year. There's a one-time charge of $450
setup.
for setup fee.
I make a motion, we proceed with it.
What's that white dot in my garden?
Really?
Huh?
What's that?
I think that's the arrow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
it's that,
All right.
it's that
What's that
hydrant
white
down
dot
there
in
you're
my
watering
garden?
your garden on.
It keeps moving around.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Why is it moving around?
Next one is the lawnmower that we got fixed. It's back, up and going, and we finally caught up. The, number 8, the hydrant, there's another quote. Did you get that new one?
Mhm.
I don't think on the old ones, I don't know if we had putting those pillars back in. This one has the pillars back in it, and I think it's still
Trouble here.
lower. Do you have the old ones? I couldn't find any of the old ones.
That was last year.
We had Cooley's and Burn and ECC, and Burn got it and never showed up to do it. So, but once I got up there and digging around, there's concrete where we can't get in there to do it. And then they went ahead and put the new poles in on this.
Now you have the hydrant.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have all the parts. They just have to bust the concrete out first, back it all down, put the restraints on it, and plop a new hydrant in. And I'm not gonna move it. I'm just gonna leave it right there.
We've monkeyed with
So
this.
why do we have to have 2 new poles?
They wiped out the other ones. The truck wiped them out.
Oh, they don't need poles, you have to reset them. They're just resetting the old poles, right?
He didn't wanna jackhammer the old concrete off of them and everything. We got the pipe down there, so we got new pipes, so it ain't worth the time of cleaning them ones off and putting them back in.
I definitely think they need to be there.
Yeah,
Protect
yeah.
that hydrant.
We'll put them in a little deeper this time.
Jason, do we need to rebid this again, or?
I didn't see what the cost was.
4428, 4,000.
Because we bid this all last
Yeah.
fall and then never,
Yeah, it's not over the threshold.
okay. Fire department's been wanting this done forever. It's a must.
Vote, do it. All
It's up to you guys.
Get
All
it
in
done.
favor?
Get it over with.
I've given him a chance. I'm gonna make a motion to do it.
That's not my job. I just second, remember?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yeah, this needs to be signed then.
Do you have any idea when he was gonna get to it.
They said he'd get to it fairly quick, so,
So there are other contractors.
yeah, last year. And the bulk water, what was we?
That was all part of the
all
other.
for, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the big water project down on Mulberry. If this doesn't get bid on pretty soon, I'm gonna have to rebid all those probably, cause it's been put aside, put aside, put aside.
Where's the bids?
You guys already approved Cobalt doing it.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Just needed it voted on.
I think.
Thought we approved it.
You did.
It's been voted and approved and,
Yeah.
well, what was we waiting on the last time? We was waiting on
I
something.
don't know,
to do
you
with it.
tabled it. I think because, I honestly not sure, but I think it was something to do with fire hydrants.
Oh, the one there at Steve Clevenger's.
Yeah, then they brought in the papers and said that didn't
Yeah.
change any of the cost or anything, so.
Can you get them to expedite that because of the street project?
I'm sure if I can.
I mean, we don't wanna,
When's the street project gonna happen?
I have no idea.
They said they could start, this month, is what they was planning, but then I held them off another month, so.
need to get that done so before they get down and
For the paving, it'll be done for the paving.
hope.
So you're up asset manager,
Oh. I mentioned last meeting that we have to, July 1st, we have to submit an asset management plan for the infrastructure. And we are part of the group that has to do the water part by July 1st, 2026. And I just printed it off today, and this is all the paperwork. It's not that bad, though. It just looks like it. That Andy's got to fill out, and we've got to submit.
and then how often we have to do those?
Well, then the next one is the wastewater side. It's due in, I want to say 28. July 1st,
Yeah.
2028.
Yeah, it's 28.
Yeah, because the rest of the alphabet does it July 1st of 27, and then we do the sewer on the in 28.
More paperwork.
Yeah. And you can do your leak adjustments, and I have a couple more little things.
Okay, leak adjustments for the month of April was $4,526.89 that we adjusted. I need a motion, please.
You have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye. Hey, got my name on the list, didn't I? Hey.
I gave you the paperwork on Alex passed his test.
Yes.
Yes.
So would that start now, or does that have to wait till first of the year? Or is that even current? I don't know, that's just one I had in my file.
No, that's correct. That's our salary ordinance.
Okay.
We can start it on the next page.
Does that have to be voted on then? Or is that just
I thought
automatic?
that was part of the salary ordinance, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's part of the salary ordinance.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah, we've already approved.
I just need a copy of his license.
And the last thing, you wanted quotes on them. They just did me verbal quotes from 2 different places about the concrete in the building. But to do that whole building was anywhere between $30,000 and $40,000 to put concrete in that thing.
Well, we gotta have something in writing.
Yeah, but you just said you wanted to.
Yeah. Well, we put 35,000 in the
In the edit plan,
edit plan.
that's what Benji told me.
Yeah, for that.
We do that, or if that's too much, if you just wanna do the shop part and then do another part, or if you wanna just do the whole thing, get it all over
Well, let's
with.
put 35,000 in the edit plan, so. I think it'd make more sense to try to get it all done at once,
I
wouldn't it?
say do it all, cause it's gonna get higher.
I know.
I'll get prices on that.
As long as you wait till the second cycle, it's gonna be higher.
Got it. That's it.
Thank you.
Okay, claim docket for May 12th, 2026, $202,255.71. Resolution.
Motion, please,
Huh.
I need a motion to
Oh.
pay.
Could I,
Make a motion.
I will second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Aye. Resolutions and ordinances.
You have the resolution to sell the building. To Mid-American Shows, as like was discussed the last time, so it was advertised that that was gonna be considered, so in order to proceed with that, you would need to adopt this ordinance, and then this would give you the authority to sign the purchase agreement and the deed, so that's what it is. You should have a copy of the ordinance or the resolution. Just one, it's just one reading and pass if that's what you wanna do.
Resolution to sell real estate, town of farmland, resolution 2026-07.
I'll make a motion, we approve that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I think I'll make a motion to resign. I'm serious.
Here you go, Jim. Jim.
Okay, resolution number 2024-08, a resolution transferring funds from the general fund to the rainy day fund for the town of Farmland, Indiana.
I know it's just a minor thing, but you said 2024. For the record, it's
It should be 2026.
2026. Oh, wait.
My bad.
It's right on the paperwork.
It's right on.
I'm just reading what she wrote.
Yeah, just change that to a 6.
6. Read it again.
You've corrected the right, it's just 20.
Okay.
I wouldn't worry about it.
Do I have a motion?
Make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Do I need to make that announcement tonight?
No, I table it till next meeting.
I mean, serious.
Okay, any citizens' comments? Okay.
It is.
My name is Suman Kalia. I'm from Newcastle, Indiana. And I have been in real estate business and package store business for about 40 years. So we were told that there is a package store license that can be available in the city of town of Farmland. Carry out license type 210.
That has nothing to do with us.
Okay. Well, we went to the county, they told us that I have to come here and get approval or disapproval from the town board.
That's when he told me that, I was just like,
No, no. We don't have any part of that process.
for-
Zone, the only thing that you would have would be zoning if there wasn't zoning for it, but as far as the purchasing alcohol permit, we don't have any part of that.
Well, we went to Richmond, to the courthouse, that's what I was told, that's the reason we came. And at one time there was a license available for town of Farmland.
That's nothing that we can do tonight, so
Okay.
that's something that you'll have to do some more research on. We have nothing to do with that.
Or so where should we start? Because we thought courthouses, that's where we went for the alcohol beverage.
Have you talked to the Alcohol Beverage
Yes,
Commission?
sir,
in the
they
state?
told us that I have to come here.
There's been no paperwork sent here from anybody.
Okay, so.
We're not here to give you legal advice, sir.
Oh, no, I'm not saying that, I'm not here to get the legal advice. I just wanna know whatever should be our starting.
That's legal advice. I would get an attorney who specializes in this and that will help you through the process is what I would suggest that you do.
Okay, so should we start at the courthouse?
I just told you what I think, what my advice would be.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, thank you.
Any other comments? Meeting's adjourned. Next town council meeting.
Lady in front of you is looking to sell her property. Since the meeting's adjourned, she's trying to sell her property.
That's true.
Not sure.
So you do that?
Huh?
Well, you just have to, I guess if that's your choice, then you have to resign and quit precinct committeeman, or that's how I got it.
I know, that's what I
I mean,
told
I
him.
can't even look.
That's not a comment, it's an agenda item.
Yeah, I didn't know until he got here.
at the time.